Friends, we have a really cool experiment for science today, so I'm going to quickly explain to you what you are supposed to do, and this is going to take 2 days. So keep in mind, if you don't finish everything today, you also have tomorrow to work on this. So right here is a little, it's kind of like a little printout that you'll get on Google Classroom, and it's going to explain the experiment that we are going to do. It says, how can you use a model? Have you ever wondered why a plane can fly? Since a real plane is too big for you to investigate, a model is the next best thing. In this activity, you will make and test a model airplane. The materials that you will need, and you don't have to use all of these, these are just what you can use: a sheet of paper, tape, a meter stick, or you could use a measuring tape, and safety goggles. If you are learning from home, I will leave that up to your parents whether or not they want you to use safety goggles during this experiment. Number 1 says, make your model airplane, following tips from your teacher. So what I want you to do is, with your paper, make a model airplane. You can fold it any way you want. We're gonna test this version of your airplane, and we're gonna see how far it flies. Let's read number 2 up here at the top, right here. It says, caution, wear goggles when testing your model airplanes. Fly your airplane in a place your teacher tells you is safe. Have a partner use the meter stick to measure how far the plane flies each time you throw it. Okay, so remember, I'm going to leave that up to your parents whether or not they want you to wear safety goggles, but please do pick a safe place to fly your airplane. Number 3, ask yourself, how can I make the plane go farther? Think about it. How could you make the plane go farther? After you fly it once, you're going to say, ooh, I want it to fly further than that. How could we do that? And then you'll write a hypothesis about what kinds of changes would work. For example, you might use a different kind of paper. Okay. Number 5 right here. Test your hypothesis by changing your plane and measuring the distance it flies. And then it says a word for the wise here. So this is going to be some advice. When you test a hypothesis, you change only one thing at a time. Ooh, remember we talked about that. That one thing is called a variable. We talked about variables a lot. It's one of our vocabulary words. Okay, so you will have this on your Google Classroom if you forget how to do the experiment. You will also be following along with page 15 in your book. Now, this is kind of small, so I'm going to try to zoom it in to see. Yep, there we go. So this page 15 is the page that you're going to use when you do your experiment. And all you need to do is just answer these questions as you go. So the first one says, set a purpose. What is the question you will try to answer with this investigation? So if I were doing this, I would probably say, how could I change my paper airplane to get it to fly further? Because remember, we're going to fly it twice. We're going to see what we need to change. So think about when you answer that, when you write that question down, think about that, okay? How am I going to change this paper airplane to get it to fly further? Okay, I can't type in here, so I can't type it for you to see, but just remember that, and you can always come back to this video too. Next, it says, state your hypothesis. Write your hypothesis or idea you will test. So this is after you fly your first airplane. We are going to write a hypothesis about what we think, what idea we're going to use to test. So maybe you could say, I think that bigger wings would make my airplane fly further. Or maybe you could say, I think making my airplane heavier would make it fly further. Or I think making it skinnier, or anything that you think would make your airplane fly further. Okay. Now, this one says, think about the procedure. What is the variable you plan to test? That's the one thing that you're going to change, okay? Now, when you do your change to your airplane, I want you to just do one change so that we can focus on that change to see if it works. So don't completely redo your airplane. Just change one thing about your airplane. So if I think that I'm going to make my plane have bigger wings, and that's going to be my one variable that I change to see if it flies further, my variable would be the size of the wings. Okay, this next one, how will you know whether the variable you changed worked? Okay, Well, we're going to fly it again, and we're going to measure it and see if it flies further. Okay? Next one here, record your results. Fill in the chart to record how far the plane flew each time you changed its design. Okay? So you're going to write the change made to the model and the distance that it flew. Okay. I also want you to use this chart to record your original distance because I don't think there's anywhere to record that other than this chart. So you're going to record your original distance that it flew. You're going to make a change, and then you're going to record that distance that it flew. Okay. That's all you need to do for this project right now. And if you would like to make more changes to your airplane just for fun, you can totally do that. And you can totally record those changes down here. But the first time you do it, I just want you to make one change, okay? And then after that page, you'll be doing this drawing conclusions page, which will ask you follow-up questions about your experiment, okay? So this will be for today and for tomorrow, page 15 and 16. I'm going to let you guys try page 16 on your own. I'm not going to read it to you. I want you to think about the questions and answer them on your own, okay? And if you don't get to this page 16 till tomorrow, that's okay because we're having this whole lesson last for 2 days. Okay? Have fun making your paper airplane. If you are an at-home learner, I would love for you to send me not only the pictures of your work in your book, but also pictures of your airplane because it's super fun and I hope you guys have a great time with it. All right, my friends, that is all for today. And I'm going to stop the video now if I can figure out how to do it. Oops. Hang on. I don't know how to do it. Uh-oh. Hang tight. Oh, here we go. I figured it out. Okay, if you're still watching, I'm sorry.